Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, we're tackling a common problem, tight shoes. Whether you've bought a new pair that's a bit snug or your favorite kicks have shrunk in the wash, there are ways to stretch them out without damaging the material. In this video, I'll be sharing effective methods for stretching shoes made from different materials, including leather, suede, canvas, and even synthetics. We'll explore both folk remedies and chemical stretching agents, so you can choose the approach that best suits your needs. So, if you're ready to say goodbye to cramped toes and hello to comfortable shoes, stick around. I'll show you how to stretch your shoes safely and effectively right at home. Before we dive into the world of shoe stretching, it's important to acknowledge the potential risks involved. Stretching shoes can sometimes damage the material, especially if done improperly. It's crucial to choose the right method for the specific material your shoes are made of and to proceed with caution. The good news is that there are several effective ways to stretch your shoes right at home using readily available items. These methods are often gentler on the material and can be a great option for minor adjustments. Leather is a relatively forgiving material when it comes to stretching. Here are a few effective methods. The ice method: fill a resealable plastic bag with water, leaving enough space for it to expand when frozen. Place the bag inside the shoe, ensuring it fills the toe area. Put the shoe in the freezer and leave it overnight. As the water freezes, it will expand and gently stretch the leather. The heat method: use a hairdryer to warm the leather, focusing on the areas that need stretching. Once the leather is warm and pliable, put on thick socks and wear the shoes for a while. The heat and pressure will help mold the leather to your feet. The alcohol method: apply a small amount of rubbing alcohol to the inside of the shoe, focusing on the areas that need stretching. Wear the shoes with thick socks for a few hours. The alcohol will help loosen the fibers of the leather, making it more pliable. Patent, suede, and textile shoes require a slightly different approach. Here are some methods. The shoe stretcher: invest in a shoe stretcher specifically designed for the material of your shoes. These stretchers come in various sizes and shapes and can be adjusted to target specific areas. Follow the instructions provided with the stretcher for optimal results. The wet sock method: wet a pair of thick socks and wear them with the shoes. Walk around in the shoes for a few hours until the socks dry. The moisture will help stretch the fabric. The potato method: peel a potato and cut it to the shape of your foot. Insert the potato into the shoe and leave it overnight. The potato will absorb moisture and help stretch the fabric. Boots can be a bit trickier to stretch due to their height and structure. Here are a few methods. The boot stretcher: similar to shoe stretchers, boot stretchers are specifically designed for boots and can be adjusted to target specific areas. The wet newspaper method: stuff the boots with wet newspaper, focusing on the areas that need stretching. Leave the newspaper in the boots overnight. The moisture will help stretch the leather. The heat gun method: use a heat gun to warm the leather of the boots, focusing on the areas that need stretching. Be careful not to overheat the leather, as this can damage it. Once the leather is warm and pliable, put on thick socks and wear the boots for a while. The heat and pressure will help mold the leather to your feet. It's always a good idea to research and read reviews of different shoe stretching methods before attempting them yourself. This can help you choose the best method for your specific shoes and avoid any potential damage. Using a shoe stretcher: this is the most effective and safe way to stretch leather shoes. Shoe stretchers come in various sizes and shapes to accommodate different types of shoes. Simply insert the stretcher into the shoe and turn the knob to expand it. Leave the stretcher in for 24 to 48 hours, then check the fit. Repeat as needed. Using ice: fill a plastic bag with water and place it inside the shoe, making sure it fills the toe box and heel area. Put the shoe in the freezer and leave it overnight. The water will expand as it freezes, stretching the shoe. Remove the shoe from the freezer and let the ice melt before trying it on. Using heat, apply heat to the shoe with a hairdryer or heat gun, focusing on the areas that need stretching. Once the leather is warm and pliable, put on the shoe and wear it for a short period. Repeat as needed. Using a shoe stretcher. As with leather shoes, a shoe stretcher is the most effective way to stretch canvas shoes. However, since canvas is more delicate than leather, use a stretcher specifically designed for canvas shoes. Using water and baking soda, mix a paste of water and baking soda and apply it to the inside of the shoe, focusing on the areas that need stretching. Leave the paste on for 30 minutes, then rinse it off with water. Wear the shoe while it is still damp to help it stretch. Using a hairdryer, apply heat to the shoe with a hairdryer, focusing on the areas that need stretching. Once the canvas is warm and pliable, put on the shoe and wear it for a short period. Repeat as needed. Using a shoe stretcher can be used to stretch synthetic shoes, but be careful not to overstretch them, as synthetic materials can be more prone to tearing. Using heat, apply heat to the shoe with a hairdryer or heat gun, focusing on the areas that need stretching. Once the synthetic material is warm and pliable, put on the shoe and wear it for a short period. Repeat as needed. Using a stretching spray. There are a number of stretching sprays available that can be used to stretch synthetic shoes. Follow the instructions on the product label carefully. Using a shoe stretcher can be used to stretch rubber shoes, but be careful not to overstretch them, as rubber can be more prone to tearing. Using heat, apply heat to the shoe with a hairdryer or heat gun, focusing on the areas that need stretching. Once the rubber is warm and pliable, put on the shoe and wear it for a short period. Repeat as needed. Using a stretching spray. There are a number of stretching sprays available that can be used to stretch rubber shoes. Follow the instructions on the product label carefully. Measure your feet regularly. Your feet can change size over time, so it is important to measure them regularly to ensure you are wearing the correct size shoes. Try on shoes at the end of the day. Your feet tend to swell throughout the day, so it is best to try on shoes at the end of the day. When they are at their largest, leave some wiggle room. There should be about ½ inch of space between your longest toe and the end of the shoe. Consider the shape of your feet. Some people have wide feet, narrow feet, or high arches. Choose shoes that are designed for your foot shape. Break in new shoes gradually. Wear new shoes for short periods at first to break them in. This video will provide viewers with a comprehensive guide on how to stretch shoes at home using both chemical stretching agents and folk remedies. The video will cover a variety of shoe materials, including leather, canvas, synthetic, and rubber. The video will also provide tips on choosing the right shoes and breaking them in. The video will be informative and engaging, and will leave viewers with a better understanding of how to stretch shoes at home. This video was very helpful. I was able to stretch my new shoes so that they fit perfectly. I'm so glad I found this video. I've been struggling to stretch my shoes for weeks. This is the best video on shoe stretching that I've ever seen. I would definitely recommend this video to anyone who needs to stretch their shoes. Thank you for making this video. It was a lifesaver.